Hey everyone, this is the Ultimate Nova fan, and I just thought I'd take a moment to share with you today the first ever Nova action figure. Now, of course, most fans, if not all fans, have learned that Nova was debuted in 1976 in Marvel Comics. But it wasn't until a Silver Surfer animated television show that came out in the 1990s that somehow, someway, Nova was given a cameo appearance in the cartoon series. For just a couple of seconds, you see him and a screenshot with some other characters. He has no real significance to the series at all. But as um, a decision, I assume, was made to try to benefit from the popularity of Silver Surfer and toy lines, they decided to put a Nova character in the series, which is here, series 3. And I think there were 4 altogether, 4 series with about 3 to 4 characters per series. So the odds that Nova would have gotten a figure any sooner would have been slim or none, because between 1976 and about 97 or 8, I believe, when the series was done on television, there were no Nova figures at all for whatever reason. I guess he just wasn't popular. But when this figure was released, he wasn't popular. He was just a disposable character, and again, toys sell. But this, in my opinion, is so awesome just because, one, it's the first figure ever made, and two, someone took the time to do these particular Silver Surfer toys in a certain kind of detail for its time, for the way that they made action figures back then. The copyright on this one is 1998. So what you have is a Nova figure that is pretty much very closely resembling the comic book Nova. Exactly. I mean, look, this is Richard Rider. That is Richard Rider. That's the helmet of Nova right there. That is the suit that he wore in the 1970s comic book series. They do call him Supernova, by the way, though, because in the Fantastic Four universe there was a herald of Galactus who was known as Nova. She's a female person. So they tried not to confuse the two, and they decided to put Nova in here, but had to call him Supernova. They didn't want to confuse it. We'll turn the box around to the back so you can see that this is actually, in all actuality, there's my Nova collection. Here we go. The back of the box gives a synopsis of the character. And what's so unique about it, though, is that they give the actual history of the character. That is literally how Nova came to be in the comic book, per se. Which is astounding that they went out of that trouble to say that about a character and never really used them in the cartoon at all. This is the storyline behind the cartoon series. But this is pertaining to the Nova origin in the comic book. And then, of course, you know, as toys go, they show you the toy and the little accessories, and they also tell you what the other characters in the toy lineup is. Now, I got extremely lucky. Extremely lucky. I was at a toy convention at I don't remember where exactly, some suburban area, and I stumbled across one of these, I'd like to say 3 years or 4 years after they made it, and the guy was selling them $10 a pop. The retail probably was only $5, $6, or $7, if not maybe 10. But these toys back then couldn't have cost that much at all. But the packaging is a little odd, but who cares? It's Nova. It's Richard Rider. He's in his traditional costume. The helmet comes off. You see the head. Who cares if they call him Supernova? It doesn't matter. So I got lucky, and I made the mistake with some people because I never thought I'd see the day that Nova became famous and would have more toys and more merchandise. I took it out the package and I displayed it in my place for years out of the package. And then I regretted it. So lo and behold, I was lucky enough to find another one years later and kept that one in the package. I do happen to have the other one out of the box, but it's somewhere off to the side somewhere. I'd have to move some stuff to show it to you. But oh my goodness gracious, I freaked out when I saw this. I am one of the biggest Nova fans from very early on when they conceived the character and published it. And to all the fans out there, this is the one. If you geek out about rarities, things that are odd or hard to come by or find, you won't find these anymore. If you do, you're gonna be really lucky if a guy doesn't know what he has, and he's just giving it away. And of course, there's the secondary market that always inflates the price for something. But hey, look, it's Nova, it's Richard Rider, and what else can be said about that? I just, this is one, and yes, there have been figures since then, and even statues, and now Nova is part of our contemporary culture, and maybe one day soon we'll even get a movie. But as it stands, in 1998, when this was released, there had never been a Nova figure. So just thought I'd share that with you guys. This is the Ultimate Nova Fan signing off. Alright, guys. Nova. That's it. I'm out. Take care.